introduced these diver watches, we really looked for a famous person to associate with. And that's when we researched and we found William Baldwin. The Baldwins, of course, is a celebrity A name. And then William is what we call the good-looking one, the younger one, more cool, more courageous, fitting well to the image of Alpina as a lifestyle sports brand. And we're very happy to be together. One of the important things as well, we are donating 10 of these watches to Billy. They're going to be auctioned off in various charity events in the coming half year to the benefit of Billy's mother, Carol M. Baldwin, who died of breast cancer. So I would like to also show this. It's a limited edition piece to 10, written also on the back. And this is the first one I would like to hand over officially.
We will auction these to raise money for her breast cancer foundation. Don't be embarrassed when I say this, but I have to correct you. My father passed away from cancer 30 years ago. My mother at 82 is still plugging away. She is still with us. She survived breast cancer. Yeah, she survived. I felt like I should let you know. She survived, and
the briefing here.
And she most likely will outlive all of us.
It's asked to be the endorser and ambassador for Alpina Watches, which is a lovely collection of fine timepieces from Geneva. It's a company that was founded in 1883, and in its heyday in the 50s and 60s, they were very, very popular. And they're now in a phase in the last couple of years where they're rebuilding the brand, and they've hired me to collaborate with them to help them. They were at like 3,000 points of purchase in the 1960s, and now they're only at 300 worldwide. So we're trying to rebuild the brand. It's right up there, with Breitling and Rolex and Baume & Mercier and many of the fine brands that you find, say, at Tourneau and in the United States. And I'm very much looking forward to collaborating with them to find out new ways and innovative ways. I've got some contacts in the in the magazine publication industry, some editors and some studio executives and product placement people at the networks and at the studios, and we're going to try and see if we can help them ramp this up and help restore the past glory of the brand of Alpina. And I've done Levi's and Calvin, and I've done some other clothing, and I've done some stuff in the technology and medical research and stuff like that, and I've done a lot of voiceover endorsements of different products. So, but never in accessories and never in watches. But Alpina, has a great history and tradition and heritage, and it's one of the fine. Originally, I believe, originally out of Germany, but now they're based out of Geneva, and I'm very excited. They want me to come to the Basel Fair next April, and then tour the factory in Geneva, where they actually have the artisans. I think there's about 150 employees, and they actually are making these timepieces by hand. The old expression that they don't make it like they used to. Well, with these timepieces in Geneva, not just Alpina, many others, but Alpina in particular in this instance, they actually do very much so make it the way they used to. They still have the craftsmanship and the artistry that they had 50 years ago, 100 years ago plus. Well, that's what they found appealing in me. As I'm with China, my wife, for 21 years, and we have 3 children. And I think that those values they know they're important to me, and they're important to their company. And I think that was one of, a host of variables that led to them hiring me as the ambassador for the brand. She had a lot of stuff. She had Bridesmaids and a new record with Sony, and a reality show on the TV Guide network. And she was on Dancing with the Stars, so there's a lot of stuff going on for her. And she's out there, I don't even know how many shows they've done. They've probably done 50 shows in the last 2 years, year and a half, 2 years. So they're out there every month. They go out for 10 days and they knock out 5 or 6 shows, and then they come home for it's a very civilized lifestyle. You go out and knock out 5 or 6 shows in about a 10-day span, and then you come home for a month and a half, and then you go out and do it again. Very intense time home with the kids, and then you go out on the road for 10 days. I've been at this too long. They don't give me advice about that anymore. In the early stages of my career in the late 80s, I got a little bit of advice from my brother Alec, but he doesn't bother with me because he always says the same famous line over and over again. I would tell you, but you don't listen to me anyway, so never mind.
How do you feel about like some of the attention that he's been getting like regarding like the media and some things like that, his interaction with them?
I don't have any comment on that stuff with his personal life.
The New York Post.
Look at the camera. Look over there.
Y50, and I'm doing a TNT show called Men at Work with my brother-in-law Danny Masterson, and I'm back on Gossip Girl this year, and I'm going to do a cable television film in Vancouver in August, and I'm producing a film called Blind Faith that we're shooting in September in Jacksonville. So I'll be starring and producing a film called Blind Faith.
So what is that like to put on the producing hat and to like, you know,
It's fun, it's challenging, and it's a grind because I've had pieces, I've optioned novels and stuff. I have a piece on Boss Tweed in Tammany Hall, and I have a piece on Benjamin Franklin, and I have a piece on on a double agent that worked for the CIA inside the Republican Guard in Iran during the rise of the Ayatollah after the fall of the Shah. And it's a real grind to try and get these things made, but ultimately keep plugging away, you'll persevere.